The most common cause of bad guitar tone is bad strings on your guitar. Today I'm going to talk about restringing a guitar, how to remove strings, how to put them back on, and how to tune. I know a lot about this subject because I've played the guitar for probably about 10 years, and I've researched the proper technique on how to do it, and I have the experience. So first we're going to talk about how to remove the strings. We're going to talk about picking the gauge size as well. Picking the gauge size, normally the safest bet is to go with like a mid-gauge range, probably like a 10 gauge, which that's what these strings are. They're nice and light and heavy at the same time. They have a good sound, but they're not hard to play when you're playing the guitar. So first I'll demonstrate how to remove a string, and today I'm just going to do 2 of them, just to give you a brief overview of like how that goes. And you can check out the PowerPoint as I'm taking this one off. So what you do first is you just unwind the tuning knob, and we're going to take the string off of the tuning knob, off this part of the tuning knob. We're going to break the tie on it. See? And then there's the bridge down here, which we're going to pull the string through. And we're just going to get rid of it. I'll throw it on the floor for now. And what we will do is we'll take the new A string and we'll stick it back in the hole on the side. Pull it all the way down. And then we'll tie it around the tuning knob post. There we are. And I'll tie it underneath and around, and then I'll start tightening it up. There's 2 different types of guitars and ways to string guitars. There's hollow body and solid body, and this guitar is a solid body guitar because it's strung through the bridge. A hollow body would be from behind and it would go through the body. There would be holes back here. And now I'm just tightening this up, and then I'll repeat the process for this one as well, and then I'll show you how to tune it up. So now the next part of the PowerPoint, you can check that out. It has some of the things I'm talking about bulleted on it. It's fairly easy to do. And I'm just going to pull this through. Does anybody have any questions or comments to make about this?
About how often do you usually have to change strings?
Well, it depends on how often you play. If you play on your guitar like just about every day, probably about once a month would be a safe guesstimate. Bass strings are actually different than guitar strings. Guitar strings get changed once a month. Bass strings you can actually get like 3 or 4 months out of. So if you're concerned about price, your better option is the bass. Does anybody else have any questions or comments?
What material do you prefer your strings to be made out of?
Nickel wound. Nickel wound for electric guitar. They produce the best tone, the best sound. They're durable and they hold up for a while. Some acoustic strings I think are nylon, and they don't last very long. The tone changes in pretty quick. but I'm just tightening this one up. And then you can tune by harmonics, which would be, you would just take the, like, this 5th fret, and you would tune A here to A, like the 2nd string. And then you just adjust the knob as you're doing it. And that's how you restring a guitar.